Yeah, I died again, and I'm completely lost. It really should just start over again. I have a cold as well, by the way. It's going to sound a bit different, but it is what it is. So, monkey see, monkey do. Alright. A few days ago, I was on the train, right? I was heading into work, and I was on my phone browsing Reddit for a bit. I typically do that for a few minutes when I get on the train before switching over to reading an actual book. And while I'm scrolling through Reddit, I see a post which is basically a video of an orangutan who is at a zoo, and the orangutan has apparently seen its human keepers washing up after die. Has apparently seen its human keepers washing up with cloths after their shifts. So what the orangutan has done is it stole one of these cloths and it started to mimic their behavior, and there's a video of it doing that. Now, I've seen footage of orangutans in nature doing the same thing. They've observed humans fishing and doing carpentry and stuff, so what they do is they mimic fishing and they mimic, like, pretending to hammer and nail sort of things. Monkey see, monkey do. Now, I'm in the office, right? And I've got a crappy chair that I'm sitting at. I've switched seats a few times and they've all been bad, but just different types of bad. So every hour or so, I sort of get up and do a bit of a wiggle just so I can get blood flowing to places that have gone numb, basically. All right? And it's kind of weird, but if you're sitting down and the chair's crap and places are going numb that probably shouldn't be going numb, you need to deal with it. Okay? Beggars can't be choosers. But I noticed something interesting, right? I've noticed that the people around me who can see me have started to do the same thing that I do. And they've got the good chairs, so they don't need to do this. They've just been doing the same thing, the same movement, if you will. I think I know where I go now. Um, yeah, my home should be over there somewhere. And I found that really interesting. Uh, I found it interesting that these people have been sort of basically copying me. And they've probably not even realized they've been doing it. Monkey see, monkey do. Now, the point of this little speech today is not to make fun of monkeys or apes or my colleagues or anything like that. It's not in any way to deride anyone. The purpose of it is to talk about this little observation I've made that people have a tendency to mimic and copy others, whether they consciously recognize they're doing it or not. And it doesn't have to just be actions, it can be thoughts, it can be words, it can be modes of behavior. We seem to have a tendency to copy each other and not necessarily realize that we're even doing it. Monkey see, monkey do. And the main reason I'm talking about this is just the idea that we as people just need to be aware that this mechanism or this phenomenon occurs and to be conscious of or be mindful of the fact that we may have people influencing our behavior and our actions unconsciously, and that we in turn might be influencing other people as well, um, just by doing what we're doing. We may not necessarily know it's happening or know that we're doing it or mean it. And I just wanted to sort of raise and discuss that I've observed this happening and that we as people should be mindful of the effects others are having on us and the effects that we are potentially having on them for good or for ill. And it goes without saying that in no way is it my place to say what's good or bad when it comes to this kind of influence. People could be having a positive influence on others, they could be having a negative influence, they could be having influence which is neither good nor bad. In no way is it my place to say one way or the other whether something is good or bad in this regard. There's no way for me to tell in most cases. I'm merely explaining that I believe this phenomenon exists and occurs, and it's something for everyone to be aware of, myself included. purely so that we understand the impact of our influence on each other. And my hope for all of us is that we generally try and have a positive impact on other people. Like that's my hope there. We generally try to have a positive impact rather than negative, whilst acknowledging that I have no way to influence it beyond my words in this little essay or video essay, if you will. Yeah, I just wanted to briefly talk about that phenomenon.